it won't be a pop-up parade figure by Good Smile if there aren't any quality control issues. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. Today I have a pop-up parade figure review. Well, there are two pop-up parade reviews coming soon. This is just the first one. Today we are taking a look at this figure of Houshou Marine from Good Smile Company under their affordable pop-up parade series. Well, this so-called affordable figure actually sells for 5,500 Japanese yen and was released back in September 2022, which is about 2 months from now. 5,500 yen is kind of steep for a pop-up parade figure, which is basically a slightly glorified price figure, but we shall see in a moment. However, at the same time, well, the Japanese yen has depreciated quite a bit. This is a slightly smaller figure than Sakura Miko that was released a month earlier in August, curiously enough. So as you can see, we are not just talking about the height of the figure. If you look at the size of the head and also the faceplate, Sakura Miko seems to be like slightly bigger in scale somehow. I don't understand why. Yes, Sakura Miko's review is coming up next, so let's set her aside for now and concentrate on Houshou Marine. So despite being a slightly smaller figure than Sakura Miko, her box is actually substantially larger or wider, maybe due to her coat over here. So this is what her box looks like. As you can see, it is fairly wider than a typical pop-up parade box, but that is about it. I have always been a fan of the character design of Houshou Marine because, well, a pirate outfit is not very common in anime figures, so I certainly do appreciate it a lot. Thankfully, the character design is well translated on this figure, depending on which angle you're looking at this figure from and also the lighting you set up. If you are photographing or filming this figure, the face might seem to lack detail or lack definition in some ways, but rest assured, I do think her face looks fine. Her face does get a pass from me, but I will speak about her head in a moment. Moving on to the outfit, her body, her torso, there is plenty of details going on her outfit, and the gold trims are nicely painted. There is no paint bleeding or any other flaws on most of the outfit in front of the figure, thankfully. But at the same time, it won't be a pop-up parade figure by Good Smile if there aren't any quality control issues. Which brings us to her jacket outside over here. So on the edges of her jacket, both sides over here, you can see quite a bit of paint bleeding going on the gold color trims at the edges. And there are also some smudges going on the black color paint at the same area. Unfortunately, this isn't uncommon on pop-up parade figures made by Good Smile. I guess that I could take a bit of consolation in the fact that these issues with the paint did not affect the face, like what happened to a couple other pop-up parade figures in the past I have reviewed before. The next thing is regarding her head. Yes, this gold color trims along the top edges of her head. It kind of triggers my OCD a bit, given that it is not properly aligned. You can see that the gap on one side is different from the other side. It is the same story on the back of the figure where the top end of the gold trim has more black color space than the side of it. Whether the misalignment of this gold color trim will affect you or whether you care about it, I guess it is up to how much of a perfectionist you are. I don't consider myself to be an absolute perfectionist, but I do have a certain expectation, so this kind of triggers me a bit. Also, since Marine wears a fairly oversized pair of jackets, you can't really see her hands because the sleeves are way longer than her arms. However, it still feels really weird to see nothing inside those sleeves on both sides of her hands. No, I'm not blaming Good Smile for this. There is a limitation of how much detail you can pack into a small-sized, low-cost figure. But To me, it looks a bit weird. Yeah, that's about it. Moving on to her feet and the base, yeah, those gloss brown paint on her boots are very nice. And then regarding the base, I'm not going to repeat myself. I have complained about it in the past in previous pop-up red figure reviews. The hexagonal shape is fine to me, but I don't like the color at all. At least make it red color to match the color profile of this character over here. But I guess not injecting color into this plastic is cost saving to good smile. That's the only reason I can think of. Well, the fit between the figure and the base is just nice, neither too tight nor too loose, and the figure is fairly stable since both feet are into the base. At the end of this review, do you think this figure of Houshou Marine is worth buying? Well, Marine is a very popular VTuber, very popular Hololive character, so she has been a bit difficult for me to get my hands on. I was preoccupied with other figures and I overlooked the fact that she came out back in September. And then Genshin stuff came in, those were the priority, which is why I'm only reviewing her now. And Amiami took quite a bit of time to ship her out to me, together with Sakura Miko. So, given the popularity of this character and how this figure could potentially go up in value regardless of the quality control issues on this figure, so if you do like this character, I would say go ahead and pick up one before it is too late. If you do have deeper pockets and you want something better, I do highly recommend you wait for that amazing, highly detailed scale figure of her by Good Smile Company, which is only coming sometime next year, I think. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick her up, but I do admit that I am very interested. Yeah. That is all for the review of Pop-Up Parade Houshou Marine by Good Smile Company. Thank you very much for watching and I shall see you guys again soon. Goodbye.